Well, hello, Joe. Welcome to another week.
Hello and welcome to this amazing week we're in. Yes,
How has your week been? Has it been good?
yes, yes. I feel I've started a new little exercise regime and I'm feeling very good about that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I've got to get
Mm.
back into the walking. Last week I didn't do a lot of walking, so this week I'm getting my focus is get back into nature, get back into walking. So that's what my focus is today. So it's good. Just
Ye-
get fit.
Yes, last week I walked down the back of our property and it's very rustic because we're in a rainforest. And
Yeah.
it was a lizard thing, but it felt like a big crocodile. I
We
had
had
to
a
run up.
baby echidna. We had a baby echidna at I'm in suburbia, in the back fence, just at the back of our property. There's
Gosh.
like we have a little driveway at the back, and then there's a little baby echidna. And it was,
Oh,
yeah, it's just like, wow, something's going well in this part of the world because we've got frogs in the creek,
yes,
we've got echidnas here. So harmony. It's
yes.
like it's in harmony.
Yes, we
So
we have we see lots of echidnas on the roads like at dusk.
yeah.
So, I'm normally a little bit of a Zoom driver, but I definitely slow down because I don't want to go to hell by running over an echidna. So
Yes, exactly right. We can't do that, Joe. We can't do that. It's not
so
what
I
we
drive
not
very
what we're here to do. Good
slow.
girl. So what are we
So yeah.
discussing today, my love? What's our topic today?
Yes, we're going to talk about sacred travels and where we've been and places where there's some places have a higher vibration than others. Very much so. Mm.
So, have you traveled much, Joe? Do you like to travel?
I love to travel. I have done lots of travel whilst having children. Last or 2023, we went to Europe, but for 15 years we didn't go overseas much, like Fiji, like those sort of places.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
yeah, but before children, I did travel a fair bit. What about you? You're a very big traveler.
I was very blessed that I worked at Qantas, so I discount travel. So I
Mm.
tried to make an opportunity every year to have two international trips a year. So I've
Holy,
seen a lot of the world. And the funniest thing was we're talking about sacred travels today. I'd gone to a lot of sacred sites before I was even spiritually aware. How weird's that?
yeah,
So
so good.
I'll give you an example. I went to Uluru for 3 days in 1995, and this is like, okay, there's a rock in the central part of Australia. I'm going to go and have a look at it. And
Yes,
then, I was like, oh, okay, great. Have you been there?
yes. Yes, I
Did you
went
love it?
into I loved it. Elliot and I did a whole tour of Northern Territory. I think it was in 2003 or 2004. And that was before it was like, vogue to go to the old rock. But
Yeah,
yeah, I loved it. It was really quite a really good, profound moment.
yeah,
I became all emotional because it's at one of the I think it was at the Grand Canyon, and it was the wet season starting, and it was all lily pillies over the thing, and yeah, I burst into tears because it was so magical, and even there, I got Elliot. I want to be thrown off there when I die.
at the Grand Canyon.
Oh, not the Grand Canyon, at the Kings Canyon. Kings Canyon.
Oh, sorry, Kings
Sorry,
Canyon. Yeah,
sorry, I
I
said it
haven't
wrong.
been.
Kings Canyon.
No, that's okay. I haven't been, and I just loved it. But yeah, Uluru has this amazing
Yes.
energy. And it's really interesting that now that I've become more spiritually aware, and I've looked back at my travels. I've been to some amazing places, like, I did
Yeah.
Ayers Rock, Lake Taupo in New Zealand. Have you been to New Zealand?
Yes. Yes.
Very
So
spiritual country. Have you been? Did you get to Lake Taupo?
I feel like I did, but I'm not 100% sure if I
That's
did.
fine. Yeah,
But I
yeah,
do know I did see a big lake, but I'm not sure if I can recall if it
yeah.
was that
No,
way.
New
Yes.
Zealand is a very spiritual country. The land has got a lot of spirit energy through it. It's very wise, very old, very Polynesian. So it's got all of that Maori, beautiful Maori, Polynesian,
Mm.
Lemurian energy. That's what I'm trying to say. It's got the
Yes.
Lemurian energy there.
Yes.
So when you went to Europe 2 years ago, did you get to the Vatican City? Were you able to go to the
Yes.
Vatican?
Yes.
How did you feel in the
Very.
Vatican?
The Vatican, I felt really evolved. It was a very evolved place. It just felt like underneath my feet, there were so many secrets there.
Yes, yes, and I loved it. I felt the energy was really special. I'm not a
Yes.
religious person, so those that don't know me, I was born and baptized Catholic, but that's my limit of my Catholicism. But I went to the Vatican, and it was the most amazing place. and you go into the cathedral. Oh my goodness gracious me. And it was just like, wow, the energy was intense. And I was
Yes.
on an energetic high, I think, in there because there's a lot of energy in there. So
Yeah.
okay, that's good. Did you get to England at all? Have you been to England?
Yes. Been to London.
Okay. Did you
Yeah.
get to like Stonehenge there? Were you able to get to Stonehenge?
That's on my
No, that's
next
fine.
trip, Stonehenge. Have you been to Stonehenge?
Yeah, I went in 19. So after I did Ayers Rock, I had to stop and think. I then did a trip to Europe, and Stonehenge was one of the first things we saw. So we got on the car in 1995, drove, got so lost. Then all of a sudden, and there was nothing there, Joe. There was nothing. It was like a little rope around it. You could just jump the rope. And it was a rainy day. And we sat there and we watched it. And it was like, wow, okay, this is nice. This is interesting. This is different. And it was like, and then we left. So that was a really interesting experience. But there's a lot of places on the planet that have a lot of spiritual energy. And we're talking
Yeah.
about this. I've got these because I like to travel the world. This is an oracle deck called Sacred Sites by
Perfect.
Barbara Meikle-John Free. I love this deck because it gives me information. And then you go to places like in Brazil, you've got Christ the Redeemer, very spiritually aware. Do you know what I mean? It's got
Yeah.
different things,
Yeah.
different aspects. America, where do you think in America might be very spiritual, Joe?
I think that in LA, the Mount Jasper is really
Yeah,
spiritual.
Shasta. Yes.
Jasper, yes. I
Yeah.
actually think there's a whole world underneath there, to be honest.
I agree. That's the portal in, Joe. That's how you get into the inner world. You go to
Mm,
Shasta. Do you know what I mean? So you've got that
yes.
there. What else? What have you been there? Did you
I
get there?
I did feel really euphoric when I went to the Grand Canyon in America. Yes.
Same. Love it. Love the energy of the Grand Canyon. It is so it's next level, but there's such wisdom because you think that water, that little Colorado River has carved such a deep path.
Very. Yeah. And it was one of those I was on a work trip and we went, so we flew on this little plane, then we helicoptered down and then we jet boated through it. And it was one of the most euphoric days. I was with my friend called Jo and her
Yeah.
partner and with Elliot. And it was such a euphoric day, but the energy was huge in that place.
It's such an expansive place as well. People think, oh, it's just gonna. You get there, and it just goes on, and it's just big and it's huge. So yeah, I felt the same way. The Grand Canyon had a lot of amazing energy, and I don't know
Yeah.
if you were lucky enough, but about from where the Grand Canyon is, if that's here, there's like a 75-kilometer drive up the road, and there's a meteorite impact there,
Oh,
and it's huge. So we made the quick trip out to that. That had a lot of energy too, because you think that meteorites come in, hit the Earth, and that was there. So that was there.
even
Um,
even Las Vegas, not the gambling aspect of it, but it's such free energy there. Like it stirs in you like, oh, let's just flow with it. And it's,
yes, yes. I'm just looking at the cards, and I'm just trying to show people, and that's what you said before, Mount Shasta. Okay, that's the Mount Shasta is on the spiritual, spiritual. Mount
yes.
Fuji. See, Mount Fuji in Japan has a spiritual
Yep, been there.
aspect.
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
I've been to Tokyo. I didn't get to go to Mount Fuji. How did you find it? What did you feel when you were in Fuji?
Oh, I loved it. It was one of my times in my life where I've kind of gone, I really need to start doing more spiritual work. It stirred something in me to awaken my, I guess my bravery. That would be the word that it inspired. So then when I came back from Japan, that would have been in 2006. And then in 2007, my intuitiveness really kicked in, where I thought, I can do this as a job.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just looking at all see, Grand Canyon, there you go. We were right. We're spot on, Joe. Grand Canyon in America, okay? Grand Canyon, very spiritual. Because it's a lot of where the shamanic energy was for the North Americans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you some of the cards that I've just separated so that you can see, because these might be some of the places, guys, that you might have been to, okay? So I'm going to start off with, if you've been to Egypt, Giza. Okay, if you've been to Egypt, Giza, where the pyramids are, sacred. Now, I've been blessed. I was there in 2019, and the energy was amazing. And it's a really it's one of these places I went to that's like pinch yourself. I'm here,
Mm.
but it's like I'm pinching really, really hard, and I still don't believe that I'm here. Does that make sense? And it's just like I still don't understand. Still don't understand that I've been there. I've been blessed to be there. This is
And
another
also
one.
with Egypt, you're doing a lovely tour there next year. So
Yeah. A guided tour through Intrepid Tours. 11 nights, 12 days. We start off in Giza. We start in Giza. We go and do the pyramids. We actually have rented the Great Pyramid of Giza. So we're going to meditate in there. So we've got that for an hour. So that's going to be a private tour. So there's nobody else in the pyramids, and it's going to be amazing. Then we'll do all of the stuff in Giza or the other little pyramids. Then we fly to Luxor. We're going to go to the Valley of the Kings, the Temple of Karnak, all of those places, Hatshepsut's temple. We're going to cruise down the Nile and stop off all the different temples. Temple of Abydos. We're going to go to Aswan, Abu Simbel, all of that stuff. So if you're interested, reach out to me. Just DM me or amantimoon@gmail.com and I'll give you the info, because it's going to be a really, really good trip. And I've made a decision that this is my second time to Egypt in 5 or 6 years. I'm not going to go back for about another 10 or 15 years. So if you're interested, consider it. But thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Mecca. See, all of the big holy sites, there are like ley lines there. That's why you feel the energy. Do you know what I mean? So you've got Mecca. That's a very interesting one. This is one that people will know. Glastonbury in the UK.
Yes.
So those that connect like with Merlin energies, all of that sort of stuff, Glastonbury. So that would tie in with the Stonehenge. And look at the next one, Stonehenge.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Varanasi. Now, this place. Have you been to India, Joe?
No. I don't feel like I need to. I don't think I want to go to India in this lifetime.
Really?
It stirs up. Yeah, it stirs up like I must have gotten lost there. I don't like the feeling.
Yeah, love it. I've been to Varanasi, and something happened. I don't know what it was. It was like my heart just exploded. There was so much love there. There was so much. I don't know. I can't even explain it. But in my will, that's where I'm getting buried in Varanasi. They're tossing my ashes into the Ganges. That's the plan. So Varanasi, I hold very high regard. I just loved it. And this is a city where people on the Ganges, when you are deceased, they'll take the deceased body into the river to cleanse it one last time. Then they wrap it up, and then they take it up to the higher levels, and there's wood fires burning or gas fires burning, and then they watch the body burn. So there's like it's offering the body's cleansed, the body gets offered, and then off it goes. And the reason why people from all over India will go to Varanasi to be cremated is they don't have to come back into this life. They don't come back into the human form. It's very, very special. I can't believe that it had such a reverence, Joe. It had such a pull for me. And we were just cruising, and I just felt this peace, and I just felt this calm. And it's like, I've been here before. I know what this is all about. I'm coming home. And really, that's what it felt like. It felt like I was coming home. So if you can overcome this little thing of India, just go and have a look at Varanasi, because seriously, it's
I'll
amazing.
go, but I'll hold your hand the whole time. There'll be Sean, you, and me holding hands.
Done. Let's do it. Let's do it. Uluru. See, we said Uluru.
Yeah.
Now, Uluru, I think, is the heart chakra of the planet, if I'm not mistaken. Uluru has very significant energy, so it's a very, very powerful place. Lots of energies there, and there's lots of galactic energies in Uluru as well. So it's a very, very special place if you're traveling. A lot of people have been going to Alaska. Have you ever been to Alaska?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
Denali is the highest peak in Alaska. So Alaska is a very spiritual place. A lot of Eskimo energy, a lot of North American Indian, but the North, where they have the igloos and all of that sort of stuff in this place. So they're all very connected to the sky. They're all very, very connected to the spirit worlds. Do you know what I mean?
They've had a really massive cleansing in the last couple of weeks, because they've had very, very huge flooding.
Floodings. They've had tremors up there. They've had lots of stuff. So yeah, it's always changing.
With tremors in the whole of existence, that has had recordings. This year is the 6th highest year so far with earth tremors in the whole history.
Yeah, I'd believe it. And that's Mother Earth saying, possibly, I'm not happy with what we're doing. I'm not happy with where
Yes.
the planet is going and how we're treating the planet as such. But yeah, very interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
This is an interesting place. Have you been? Did you get to Greece?
No, no,
I did a
no.
cruise and we stopped at Greece. I went to the Acropolis. It was really interesting. There's a lot of history in Greece. Um,
Yes.
Spiritually, if I'm honest, I didn't feel a lot spiritually there. Not saying that I'm in tune with it, but it was great to see. But yeah, so you got the Acropolis there, and these are things that people might have been to. So there's some really interesting. Look, Easter Island. Have you been to Easter Island? I really want to
No.
go. I really want to go to Easter Island on the way to South America. You got these
Yeah.
carved beings, and they say that 2/3 of them are still under the ground. Like you've got
Wow.
the heads, the head. So you've got these. This is what I'm saying. People have probably been to a lot of these places, and
Not
they
realised.
haven't realized Jerusalem, of course.
Yeah. I
You have
really want to
Mecca.
go there. Have you been
Yeah.
there?
No, no, not yet. And at the moment, for me, it's a bit Israel, Jordan. It's just a little bit unstable, that whole region at
Yes.
the moment. So I was going to pull
Very.
back my energies there. This is one place I went, and I was really interested. This is called Bodhi Gaya. So when we did Varanasi, we did this place called Bodh Gaya. Now, this man called Buddha, this is where he found his enlightenment. Okay, so we went there, and I'm tapping in, and it was magical. But there was such anger there. I felt nothing but anger. And it's like, what's going on? So we sat in the temple. So there's a temple, and there's this huge tree. And there's this, I don't want to lie to anyone, but that's exactly what it looks like. And we're sitting under this tree meditating, and there are monks walking around, and they were angry. And it's like, why are you
Oh.
so angry? And it's like, because they were looking for their enlightenment there as well, but they're not finding their enlightenment there because that's where
Ah.
Buddha had his enlightenment. They don't need to find this. So then the next day we went to where Buddha gave his first sermon, and holy cannoli, it was the most peaceful, most serene, most beautiful, energetically experienced. Like it was fun, it was joy, very different to that one. Temple of Karnak in Luxor, okay,
Mm.
amazing place, lots of great energy there. There's a scarab there, like a beetle. And what they do is in Egypt, if you feel like you're struggling to get pregnant, you want to get pregnant, you walk around the scarab 3 times, put one hand on it, and it will bring you pregnancy. But it was busy. Can I
Perfect.
tell you, it was busy that day. Another one in Greece is Delphi. So this is where all of your, Aristotle's, all of these Greek, what's the word I'm trying to say? All of the smart Greeks, do you know what I mean? They were all there. And that's where all the wisdom is. So this is, I want to go here. My mentor, Mr. Modi, always goes to Delphi to meditate. He gets such wisdom there. They're all there. And I'm forgetting all of their names. But all of the wisdom is here. You can tap into it at the Temple of Delphi.
Yes.
Machu Picchu. Machu
Perfect.
Picchu in Peru. Peru's got a few. You got Lake Titicaca. You got Machu Picchu. You've got the Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro. That's got amazing energy. That's just love. That you feel just love up there.
Very.
Close to us, okay? Very close to us. This is Borobudur. So we've got Ayers Rock in our country, Uluru. Borobudur in Indonesia. Just up the road, guys. Wisdom
Mm.
galore. Okay. Angkor Wat is another one. Okay. Angkor Wat. I think it's Cambodia. Wisdom galore. So you might have been to these countries. I can tell you, most people in this place or in this country, Australia, would have gone to Bali. Have you been to Bali, Joe?
No, I don't like the energy of Bali.
I
Yeah.
I agree with you. I went. When did I go? I'm going to show my age, guys. I went, I think, in 1993. Wasn't spiritually aware, and I vowed never to go back. And we went back last year just for 4 days, and the energy had shifted. It was very different to what it was. Having said that, I stayed in a place that was very quiet, and there was not a lot of external noise and stuff like that. But there's a lovely little temple called Uluwatu there, and a lot of people might have gone to Uluwatu. So people might be having these spiritual experiences and not even realizing when they're going on these travels. You go to,
Yeah.
Stonehenge, you'll go to the Vatican, you might go to St. Paul's Cathedral in England or whatever it might be called.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Grand Canyon,
Mm.
Uluru, they've all got spiritual significance. And this is what people are not realizing, that when you're going, you're picking it up. You're picking up
Yeah.
the wisdom. I was listening to an amazing lecture the other day, and she was talking about Egypt. And she goes, if you've been able to do Egypt in this lifetime just once, a big tick to you. And I said, and I'm listening. It's like, well, why is Egypt so important compared to all of the other places? Because they're all relevant, they're all different. And she goes, in the stones that are there, there's wisdom. And that wisdom from the stones, if you go and walk through them, comes into your bones. So it
Mm.
activates something in your genetics, in your DNA, to share that wisdom with you. And I thought, Wow, that's profound. That's deep. The wisdom in the
Very.
stones from that time, and that will be bringing back past lifetimes. That will
Yeah,
be all of that sort of stuff, Joe. So when we took people and when we were in the king's chamber in the temple, they were crying because they were seeing their past lifetimes. So that you're reawakening your knowledge. This is why I say to people, travel is the best educator. You're pulling
very.
aspects of yourself back. Okay, pulling stuff in that you think, wow, I've never been here, but I feel so comfortable here. I don't understand it. There's such a safe feeling here. And it might be you've had a past life there. So you're pulling all of these aspects back into you and you're reawakening that wisdom. That's
Perfect.
travel for me is the most amazing thing that I can do. And if the day that I have to stop traveling is going to be a very sad day for me.
Yeah.
So where have you been in the world, Joe, that was your most happiest place? If you could go anywhere tomorrow on an aeroplane, where would you go?
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like I would go back to Italy. I felt
Oh, wow.
very, yeah, even though it's got a lot of energy, when I retire, I just want to, I actually really want to buy a flat over there. Um,
Hmm.
so I can live there 6 months of the year. For me, it felt like I have had past lives there where I was really free and abundant, and you know, um, I've got pages and pages of notes that I wrote when I was there, and really amazing insights that I'll probably correlate at some point soon into a book. So
Wow.
for me, that's where it was just old energy. And even at, in Venice, I felt,
Hmm.
the feminine essence flowed really well through me there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there. Where else? Japan. If I couldn't live in Australia and I had to live in another country, I'd live in Japan.
Hmm. What
Um,
did you like
mm,
about Japan?
it made me very still.
Oh, in what ways? Like you were very present, you were just
Yeah.
taking it all in, or
Yep. And we went to this temple, and it was a man temple, a masculine, where women weren't allowed. And one of the monks was there, and I was like, "Hey, they could speak English, which was good." And I was like, "The back room, is that deep blue? That black room?" And he said, "It's deep blue." And I said, "Has it always been deep blue?" He said, "It's always been deep blue." And I was like, "I feel like I've been here before." So, and I said, "Is there a chessboard or a marble chess table there?" He goes, "Yes." And he goes, "Have you seen it?" And I went, "Not today," but I could just feel that I had been there. And um, because I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, but I'm a bit like, whoa, And in
yeah,
Japan, I just felt centered.
yeah.
Mm,
So it gave you that sense of peace.
yes.
Okay. I liked Italy. When we were in Italy, Joe, I really liked it because it had a fun, loving energy,
Yeah.
and everything that I found that was happening in Italy came from here, came from love. Like the
Yeah.
food is made with love.
Mm,
People want to connect. Life is very different there to what I feel like it would be here, but that's only looking at it from a tourist perspective, not living there perspective. So I could be off the mark there, but I feel like the people there want to connect. It's more about connecting with people in the physical,
yes.
um, more so than what our life is like here.
Yeah. Tuscany. Oh, love Tuscany.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's the land. You're connecting with the land there. The land's got
yeah.
wisdom. It's a
And
very special place.
when I was there, I was like, I just felt like we went to a winery, and I don't drink wine, but, um, and the rows of all the wine vines, um,
Yeah.
I just felt like I had had a really big romance there, like, you know,
Yeah.
and I was really, it was a bit profound, really. I was having a moment.
I love that. I love that. Isn't that good though when you go somewhere and for no reason whatsoever, you're just like, why have I connected here? Why do I feel like this is taking me up? I remember walking in Pompeii and I'm walking on
Oh,
the cobbled line streets in Pompeii. And all of a sudden I'm walking and I normally walk consciously with looking up, but I had to look down because there were uneven pebbles. But I could see these faces looking back at me, and it's like, "Who are you? What's going on?" And these must have been the people that must have perished, that must have
oh,
been trying to flee Pompeii,
yes,
and they're stuck on the pebbles, and then all of a sudden they've been, kiboshed by the volcano. So interesting things happen at the most random times. You think, where did that come from? What was that all about?
yeah. Yeah, I feel that all the time when you're in places where you get that, just that awakened memory, which I think is such a joy to experience.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. If I had a choice to go anywhere in the world, oh, one of my most happiest places is Hawaii. Have you
Yeah.
ever been to Hawaii?
Funny thing about Hawaii, I have earned 3 holidays to Hawaii with my previous job, and every time there was something that went wrong. So there was a
Oh,
coup.
really? Oh, wow.
There was there an earthquake? Oh no, there was September 11. There was something happened. There was another
Yeah.
thing. So I don't know what the go is. Oh, I know. The third time I was really pregnant with Alexi and I couldn't go.
Right. See, I always vowed never to go to the same place twice because the world is so big. And then I went to Hawaii and I had to go 7 years consecutively every year. Hawaii, 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 Hawaii. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel nurtured there. I feel safe there.
Yeah.
I feel loved
Yeah.
there by, Mother Earth and Pele, the goddess, and the Diamond Head volcano. And I've been to some of the islands and I love them, but Hawaii is something special. There's something unique. And
Yeah.
I can never put my finger on it. I really can't. But if wherever I feel relaxed, Hawaii, very, very special. Varanasi has a very similar yet different feeling about it, because it really, like you said before, with Japan centers you.
Mm.
Varanasi just makes me just drop into presence. I'm just present. I'm just watching everything, and it's like,
Yeah.
how does that work? What does that do? So I do those. And the only other place that I'm really desperate to go in this lifetime that I need to achieve in this lifetime is Siberia in Russia.
Mm.
I'm really I've always had this fascination with Russia, but it's not Moscow or St. Petersburg. It's always been Siberia. And I've really got to go to Siberia. There's something that's calling me, and I really want to go to Lake Baikal in Siberia, in the forest there. So I really want to go and do that and just see where that takes me or see what that's all about. So that's on the bucket list. But yes, it's amazing what the world can offer you. They're very different and the
Mm.
journeys are very different. So I encourage people to get out into the big bad world and go and explore, because you might be surprised by what you find. You might be surprised by, you might think that country doesn't resonate with you, and all of a sudden you get there and it's just like, wow,
Yeah.
it's an amazing experience. And if you're interested in the sights of the world, this is an amazing deck. And I don't use it for like pulling a card every day. It's not that type of deck for me, but it's about the wisdom of the planet. But I
Yeah.
will pull a card today for us. But it's just like, if you're interested in travel and you want to know why am I feeling something there? What is that? You can do that with this deck of cards. I just want to quickly pull a card, Joe.
Yeah, please do. I love a good card
Plus,
reading. I want to go
when I
to
go on, go.
Oh no, I want to go next year to Ireland, Scotland, Wales.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to have a
Very,
white.
you got Viking energy there, Joe. Lots of Viking energy
Yeah.
in Scotland, particularly.
Yeah.
Let's see where we need to go, Joe. Let's see. Okay, pull the card.
Let's go together.
We're going to Greece, Joe. Let's go to
Oh,
Greece. Yes. We are going
yes.
to Delphi. We're going to go to Delphi. Okay. So there's a lot of
Perfect.
wisdom for us in Delphi that we need to get.
Great.
Energy, focus, wisdom. Okay. So this is what we're going to do in the past, you just got to know thyself. In the middle world is about you being present. And then the upper world is about what your potentials are.
We need to go there to find our potential stuff.
We
Maybe we should
do
go
need
there
to
to
go
write our
there.
book together.
I think so. Okay, it could be a tax write-off too. So we're going to go to, we're going to go to Greece to write a book, and
Yes,
then we'll stop off on the way in different places, coming back, and then off we go. I love it.
absolutely. We'll lock it in for
God,
maybe not next year, 2027.
done. Let's make it
Yeah.
happen. All right, guys. That was our discussion on sacred travels. Let us know in the comments where you might have traveled to that you
Yeah.
didn't realize had sacred significance, or tell us where you've been to that made you feel like, wow, I've never been to this place before, but I love it. I feel like I've known it. I've known it all my life. So, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we're going to reply to all of your comments. So, get in touch with us.
Yes, absolutely. And any
Well,
other things that you want us to talk about, please pop it in the comments so then we can bring it up to we're scheduling all our things for the coming months and next year. So we'd love to know about what you guys would like us to teach you about.
Yeah, correct. And then that way, this is all about you. This channel's for you guys. So then that way we can encompass what you want, and then
Bring in
off
the-
we go.
Yeah.
All right, Jo, you have a lovely week. Thank you for your time this week.
You too.
And we'll see everybody
Always
next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.